Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's class, we're going to learn how to make this beautiful, simple cow drip bubu. This bubu can be styled in three different ways. It can be styled as a sleeveless, just like you see it. It can be styled as a long sleeve, and it can also be styled as a sleeveless dress with free pattern. So it has these beautiful cow drips at the side and in front as well. I'm going to show you the different ways you can style it and how to cut and sew this. If this is something you like to learn, kindly stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. So I have my fabric folded into four. It's a very simple bubu gown. So I'm going to use this paper to show you how to fold your fabric. So you need your full length for this. For me, my full length is 60 inches and I don't want to have any joining on the shoulder. So I'll mark 60 inches. So I'll assume this to be 60 inches and then you mark another 60 inches. So on a full fold, you are going to have 120 inches. Okay, this is 120 inches. So now in order for me to cut it together, I'm going to fold into two like this. So this is going to be 60 inches, this is going to be 60 inches. And then for the width, you can just use the width of your fabric. This fabric is by 60. So once you fold it like this, you're going to have 30 inches. You can also measure your shoulder measurement plus your full sleeve length. My shoulder, for example, is 8 inches. My full sleeve length is around 20 inches, 22 inches. So 8 plus 22 is still going to give me 30 inches. I hope you understand that. So what you just need to do is to measure on your yardage side. You cannot get 120 inches on the length of the fabric. You can only get that on yard. Remember, fabrics can be as high as 100 yards, 200 yards. So you'll be able to get your 120 inches on yard side. So you measure down 120 inches on your yard, which you cover for your front length and back length. And then once you fold it, you have your front and back. And then the length of the fabric now, which is 60 inches, that's what is going to be the width, which is what I have here. So in order for me to be able to cut it easily, okay, so that I will not need to separate the front and back. I'll be able to cut the front and back together. So instead of just folding like this, I'll first fold like this. Okay, I'll fold it into two on the length side. So here I will have 30 inches here and 30 inches here. So after folding like this, then that is when I will now fold like this. I hope you understand. You understand the reason why I folded like that when we start cutting. So that is the fold that I have here. You can see how my fabric is folded in such a way that this is going to be the front, and this fold is going to be for the back. This two fold is going to be for the front, this two fold is going to be for the back. So after folding like that, you come here now and then you mark your neck measurement, neck width. For me, I want to work with a neck width of 3 inches. I'm going to mark the 3 inches here, and then the neck depth for the back, I'm going to work with 1.5. And then for the front, the neck depth is a v-neck line, so I'm going to work with 7 inches. You need it to be this big because you want your neck to be able to pass through it. It's a chiffon fabric, that's why I'm holding with pin. So now I'm going to connect the neck for my back, and then from here as well I'm going to go ahead and connect the V shape for my front. I'm using freehand for this, but you can also use a curve. Okay, so after getting all of these measurements here, I'm going to mark my shoulder. So like I said, my shoulder is 8 inches. So here I'm going to come here and mark the 8 inches for my shoulder, which stops here. So you're going to take that shoulder measurement from here, which is your starting point. Okay, you're going to take that from here, which is your starting point. So you're going to have one armhole here. Remember, the dress, you can style it two ways. It can be sleeveless and then it can be a full sleeve. So for the sleeveless part, remember the sleeve, you just have your shoulder. The sleeve is going to come out from where your shoulder stop. That's what makes it sleeveless. So you can mark around your bicep to be sure of the amount of fabric you are going to, amount of opening you are going to need for that. So around my bicep is around 14-15 inches. So divided by 2, I'll have 7.5. But because I'm still going to extend it, so I'll just leave it as around 6 inches because I don't want it too big. So if it is not as wide, you can still reshape it. So here I'm going to get the midpoint of this, and then on the midpoint of, remember the 6 inches is from where your shoulder stop. to your 6 inches, which is here, and here is the midpoint. So on that midpoint, I'm going to come in by half an inch up to a quarter of an inch. Then I'm going to create a curve. So that is going to be my first armhole curve. So for the second armhole curve, which is going to be for the long sleeve, I'm going to shift my fabric to the end of the 30 inches. Okay, so once you shift it to the end of the 30 inches, this sleeve now is for the long sleeve. It's going to come out from your wrist. So you're going to use your round wrist measurement, which is around here. So here I have about 10 inches. So from the end of this fabric, I'm just going to mark 5 inches downward. That's 10 inches there by 2. Okay, I have 5 inches. You can add half an inch seam allowance to that, and then I'm going to mark that. So this opening here now is going to be for my sleeve, for the sleeve length. So in order for you to reconcile it with the M, it has a cowl effect on the side. So what you're going to do is to go ahead and, I'm not sure my camera captured that. So what I did here is to mark my sleeve opening, which is my wrist, round my wrist. So from this upper part here, I just marked 5.5 inches, and then I added half an inch to it. So in order for me to reconcile this, I'm going to come to the hem of the dress, and then from the center here, I'm going to mark from the center fold there, I'm going to mark 20 inches like this. So another measurement you can use for this is your hip circumference divided by 4. Then you add maybe 8 to 10 inches allowance to that. So 20 inches stops here for me. So what I'm going to do now is to connect these 20 inches on the hem all the way to the 5 inches that I have here in a straight form. So it will give you a diagonal line. I'm just using my tape rule to know where to mark. I'm still going to do this on the paper so that you will see what I'm doing very well, because this place is quite big. So you just connect it like that, and that is all you need to do. Like I said, it's very simple to make. So once you connect it, you're going to grab your scissors and then start cutting it out. So I'm going to start by cutting my back neckline, which is this. So because of the way we folded our fabric, just like I was explaining, you don't need to remove everything for you to expose the front. The front and back was folded separately. So what I just need to do now is to just raise this, which is my front, and then I'll cut out the V neck for the front. So once you fold your fabric like that, your front and back is not going to be on the same fold. The front is going to be folded separately, while the back is also going to be folded separately. So you can see this is the V for the front, and this is the 1 inch that I have for the back. So after marking that, you go over to your armhole area where you have your first armhole for the sleeveless. Then you're going to go ahead and open up that place. Okay, so this is the armhole, this is the shoulder. So after that, the last thing to do now is to go ahead and cut out the shape that we did for the hem. So from here, from the 20 inches mark that I did, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I've already marked it, so it's make the work easier for me. So I'm going to connect that 20 inches on the hem all the way to the 5 inches opening that you did for your sleeve. So you cut, and that is all you need to do. So I'm going to explain with a paper now so that we'll understand what I'm doing better. So after folding your fabric like this, like I said, this is the front and this is your back. All you just need to do is to mark your neck width for the front and back. The neck depth for the back is 1 inch. The neck depth for the front is 7 inches, which is a V shape. So from here, you're going to mark your shoulder. My shoulder is 8 inches, which stops here. So from where your shoulder stop, you create your first armhole, which I use 6 inches. So once you mark your 6 inches, you get the midpoint of that 6 inches. On the midpoint, you come out by half an inch, and then you create your armhole curve there. So for the second armhole, you come to the end of the fabric, which is the 30 inches. So from here, you mark around your wrist, and then you mark that measurement. Now in this case, I marked 5 inches, and then I added half an inch seam allowance to that. So the upper part is taken care of. So you come to the hem. From the center front here, you can mark your hip circumference divided by 4. Then you had between 8 to 10 inches. But for me, from the center front here, I marked 20 inches, which stopped around here. So what you need to do now is to connect from the 20 inches all the way to your sleeve opening here in a diagonal form like this, and then you connect and cut it out. So that's what you need to do. So to cut it, you just need to open the side like this. Then you are going to open your armhole like this for the sleeveless, and then you cut your back neckline first. Then after cutting the back neckline, you can easily lift up the front because of the way it is folded. So you don't even need to bring it out. You just lift the front like this, and then you cut your front. But because the paper is small, that's why I'm lifting it. So you can see that the front and back is very different, is discharged from each other. So once you open it out, this is what you're going to have. Okay, so now to sew it, you are going to hem the neckline, you are going to hem the sleeve opening that you have here, and then you place this on each other, and then you go ahead and run a stitch. So when you want to stitch it on the side, you leave out your 5 inches sleeve opening that we did here. So you start sewing from here, and then you sew all the way to the hem. You sew from here all the way to the hem, and then you hem this opening as well. So that is what you need to do. You can see now that I hemmed the neckline with my bias, and then the sleeve area as well, the open sleeve, that's the sleeveless sleeve. I hemmed it with my bias as well, and then I hemmed the long sleeve. So that's all you need to do. And then you join your side. When you're joining the side, you make sure that you join from the 5 inches opening. You start joining from there and all the way to your hem. So you can see how beautiful and simple this is looking. So there are several ways you can style it. Remember I said it has 2 types of sleeve, so you can style it like this, involving the long sleeve, and then the opening that you have on the shoulder is just going to act like a cold shoulder design for you. You can see how beautiful this is looking. So another way you can style this is to style it in form of a sleeveless dress. Okay, so you can see how I'm placing it now. So the long sleeve is out. It's just going to go ahead and form drapes for you on the side. So on the other side as well, I'm going to take out this, and then I will wear it in form of a sleeveless dress. So once you wear it like this, you can see the effect this is giving you, and you can see the drapes that you have. So it can also be styled like this. Another way you can style it is to make it fitted. You can see all of the drapes that we have here on the side. Okay, so you are going to have drapes on the 2 sides. So like I said, the third way you can style this is to make a belt. You're going to make a detachable belt, and then on the waistline you go ahead and tie your belt to give it a fitted look. So this is just my fabric that I have left, so I'm just tying it. So when you tie it in such a way that you have drapes in front as well as the side. So once that is done, so you can see how I'm arranging it to make sure that my drapes stay in place. You go ahead and then tie it at the back. You can tie to the front or to the back. So once you tie it, you can see another design that you have with this. You will see that your drapes at the side is even more pronounced now. You have drapes in front and the other side as well. You can see how beautiful it is to make this dress and how simple and versatile it is. I hope you enjoyed making this beautiful tutorial with me. If you enjoyed it, let us know in the comment section, like, comment and subscribe.